and welcome to Barre Boot Camp 4.1. And this is the last week of our Barre Boot Camp, so thanks for sticking with it this whole time, and I hope you enjoyed it. Good luck on your fourth week, and stick with it because it's well worth the effort that you're putting forth. All right, today all you're going to need is your mat and a bar if you have one. If not, use a high back chair for the exercises. And let's get started. So we're going to start off at the bar, doing our releves for a warm-up. And you should have already gone through your regular warm-up. We're going to do an elevation of the heels 16 times. Okay, just get those calf muscles warmed up. After you've done your 16 times, you're going to go into a parallel plie. Now keep in mind when you're doing any kind of exercise at the bar that you want to make sure that belly button is pulled into the spine and that your pelvis is in a neutral position. So if I turn to the side and I'm doing my plie, it looks like somebody's pulling a string all the way up to the ceiling. I have a straight body as I go down into those little squats. And you're going to do 8 of these. All right. From here, you're going to go from the little 8 plie squats into a plie pulse. So you're coming down lower, into a pulse, keeping that belly button nice and tight. You're doing 16 of these. From your plie pulses, you're going to go right from a 2-legged stance to a 1-legged stance. So pick a leg because you're going to come back to the opposite leg in the second round that we come back. Okay, so I'm going to do this on my right leg. We're going to go down into a little squat and then arabesque back. So we're going to point that back leg. Sort of little mini squat. Again, maintaining that tight tummy. Pelvis is rocked forward. We're squatting down and lifting. Squat and lift. Squat and lift. When you're done with these, you're going to pulse 16 times with that leg in arabesque. All right. After arabesque, you're going to go right into your plie in parallel to a forward leg press or swing. Again, keep everything tight. After these, you're going to do 16 pulses with that leg up. And then you're done. Okay guys, you're still in round 1, but we're going to the mat. After we do this mat series, you're going to go back up and do everything we just did again on the opposite side standing at the bar. So I was working my right leg. If you want to start on your right leg, do everything I'm doing, go back to your left leg and work that. That'll be your stance leg for this next round. But for this round, we're going to go to the mat. Remember, after you've been to the bar, again, you come back to the mat and do these same exercises. So you're going to go through this round 2 times total. The first thing we're going to be doing is a tricep dip in a extended plank position. So I'm in a high plank, and I'm bringing those elbows straight back. So we don't want the elbows to flare out to the sides. That'll hurt your shoulders. Again, maintaining that tight tummy. Just go straight down. It's a tricep dip in a high plank position. From here, you're going to lay down on your back. You're going to extend up the legs, pull the belly button in, flex at the ankle, and we're going to split the legs, pulse 2 times, and then cross at the ankle. Pulse 2 times, and then cross the other ankle over. Pulse 2 times and cross. Pulse and cross. Pulse and cross. Cross. In this next one, right after you've done the split leg series, you're going to come onto your side. I'm just choosing to come onto my left side to start. You're going to, on the second round of this, you're going to do the other side. So don't worry about being lopsided, okay? We're going to come up into passe. So we're bringing that foot to the knee on the leg that's down. So we look like we have a little triangle with our leg here. And then we're going to bring the knee down to the floor or in parallel with the floor and then kick that foot out. Bring it back, extend it up. Bring it down, out, back, and extend it up. Make sure that belly button is still pulled into the spine because it's really important that all exercises we do are core. You're going to do this one 24 times. After you've done that exercise, you're already in this position. You're going to rotate the hip down and up, down and up for 24. From that left side series, you're going to pop back up into high plank. We're going to do 8 tricep pulses with the right leg up. Okay, so we're going to come down, pulse it out for 8. All your weight should be on the hands, and make sure those elbows go straight back and not out to the side. You are pulling that belly button in and keeping that arm up. If it's, leg up. If it's too hard to keep your leg up, just keep them both down and pulse it out for 8. Okay? And then you'll do the other side next time you come back to the mat. Once you finish with your tricep pulses, you're going to bring both feet or heels down straight in front of you. Bring the butt up as high as you can in the air. And you're going to hold this reverse plank for 20 seconds. Just count out 20 in your head. And hold it here. Nice strong legs. Belly's pulled into the spine. My wrists are right underneath my shoulders. And hold it. Leg circles are next. So we're going to come down onto our back. We're going to lift the right leg. We're going to do right leg circles first. Second round, you're going to do the left leg. So we're bringing that right leg up as high as we can, pulling the belly button into the spine, making sure your low back isn't up off the ground. So we're going to protect that back, and we're going to circle. Do small little circles in a clockwise position 8 times. And after you've done 8 in the clockwise, you're going to go 8 counterclockwise. All right, we're moving on to round 2. And this time I've got the chair here to show you that you can do these exercises with this chair. If you have a pretty heavy chair, that's what you want to grab for this particular round, because you're going to be using the chair a little bit more to sit down into a chair-like stance. And so if you have a really lightweight chair, it's easy to pull that over. If you have a bar, great. That's what you want to use. That'd be better than a chair. If you don't, maybe you can grab onto anything you have available to you. Maybe in this case, I've got my elliptical trainer here. Something heavy, okay? I have a nice sturdy chair here I'll demonstrate with. The first exercise in round 2, now remember, you've already gone back and done the other side on round 1 and the mat work for round 1. Now you're moving on to round 2. So we're going to be sitting into our chair stance. I want to make sure that our feet are in parallel position and that we come down, our knees don't go over our toes. So we're sitting pretty far back, like we're sitting in a chair. I'm putting most of the weight through my ankles. Belly button is pulled in tight. In this first workout, we're going to cross over, do an ankle crossover to the opposite knee. So I'm working the left leg. And we're going to do a releve, coming up 16 times. You may need to grab the chair in a different position just to stabilize yourself. You may not be able to go down as far into a squat if you don't have a very stable surface. On a bar, you can see that I can really pull out into a chair position pretty easily because I can extend those arms out pretty far and get down into a deep squat. As long as I have a stable surface, it makes it a lot easier for me. And don't do it on a slippery mat. Like I just demonstrated, okay? Make sure you have a nice surface that's not going to slip on you. Okay, you just got finished with your ankle crossover, so you're going to come down into your chair pose, and you're going to go up and down for 16 squats. Again, make sure those knees don't go over the toes. You're sitting back. Belly button is pulled in. After you've done 16 of these, you're going to pulse it out for 8. All All right, after those 8 pulses, we're going to assume a little bit wider stance. Get down into that chair pose, and we're going to rock the pelvis forward and back. So these are hip thrusters. All right. All right, we've just got done doing our hip thrusters. I've turned this way so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to put the feet close together in a really tight parallel position. And we're going to abduct the knees in and out. So basically, you want this to flow really smoothly. I know you're just learning the moves. So the goal of these exercises is to do them over and over and over again so that you can flow right from one thing to the next to the next. So we want you to be going from the first exercise right here, into your squats, into your pulses, and then into your hip thrusters, and right into those abductors. Okay. Then from here, we're going right into a parallel, or well, not a parallel, first position. So you're going to get into your first position and do your plies. So we're not giving you a whole lot of rest time. So we really want those legs to be shaking by the time you're done. You just got done doing your plie. So after your 8 plies, you're going to get back into that parallel position and you're going to squat down again. But what we're adding this time is the hip thruster at the same time we're squatting. So you're going to thrust 2 times and then thrust 2 times on your way up. Thrust 2 times on the way down. Thrust 2 times on your way standing. All right, we're going right into round 2 on the mat. So we're going to finish this round, go back up to round 2 at the bar, back to mat 2, and then you're done with today's workout. So we're going to start with the Pilates 100. I love this exercise for stabilizing the core. So you're going to pull that belly button in, like somebody has a string on your belly button, pulling it down to the floor. My feet are nice and, well, they're not relaxed, they're nice and strong. So you should feel the rounding out of the quadricep muscle as we contract the legs. Point the toes, keep the heels on the ground, shoulders up off the mat, and we're going to pulse it out for 100. There's many modifications to this exercise. We're just going to do it this way for today. Once you count to 100, you're done with that exercise. Now the next exercise is a scissor crunch. So we're going to keep those legs nice and long and lean and pointed. And we're going to do a scissor-like motion. But with the scissor, we're going to add the twist. Try and keep that belly button pulled in the whole time. You're bringing the shoulder up off the mat with each crunch. Remember to breathe. After you finish your scissor crunches, you're going to go into your starfish crunch. So you're going to fold up like a ball, keep the shoulders up off the mat. The back is nice and flat on the floor. And we're going to lift everything out like a star. And then bring it back together. Pull that belly button into the spine. I'm going to breathe in and out. In and out. And out. All right, and we're done with starfish crunches. Okay, you just got done doing your starfish exercises, and the last thing in the mat series in round 2 is your total body slimmer. So I'm gonna start on my left side. Make sure that you even yourself out eventually because you're gonna go back to round 2 at the bar. Then the last round 2 at the mat, and then you'll be done with the whole workout for the day. So I'm gonna start on my left side. You wanna make sure your hips are stacked one on top of the other. The elbow's underneath the shoulder, just for safety. You don't want that elbow way out here. Okay, protect the shoulder. And I'm going to show you 3 ways to do this exercise. This is the easiest way with that bottom leg bent. So you want to bend the bottom knee, put the foot behind your body, and then the top leg is straight out in front of you. We've got the belly button pulled in, hips are stacked, and we're going to lift and bring that right arm up and over. So here's a couple reps in the easiest position. So you can see what that looks like. You're going to do 10 like this. Now if you want to make this a little bit harder, Here's the moderate version, so the legs are in a scissor. Okay, so legs are scissored, hips are stacked, and we're gonna lift and lower. Lift and lower. You can do that one 10 times that way. And then if you want to be doing it the hardest way possible, you're going to put both feet on top of each other, hips stacked, and do 10 like this. So it's up to you. Modify to make things harder. You can always add more reps to things. If you like, you can add weight to your hand if you'd like. So if you need something a little more challenging, make it more challenging. You don't have to do it exactly like we say. We just want to make sure that you stay safe in all that you do. So make sure that the body stays in alignment, that the shoulders stay safe, and same with the hips and ankles and all that. So all that we do here at Balanced Bodies is to keep the body in balance, keep you safe from injury, and make sure you pay attention to your body. We so appreciate you joining us today for Barre Boot Camp 4.1. And that is the end of the workout. Again, after the mat one, make sure you go back to round 2, bar, back to mat 2, round 2, and then you're finished. So thanks for joining us.